Hey guys, welcome to Concessions. The purpose of this video is to make this stand go from this to this. First, you're going to need somebody to let you in. Ask a member of the custodial staff or someone in charge of the game to let you into this door, as well as the concession door. Go ahead and prop this door open and reach behind it to turn on the light. Let's go ahead and grab this banner. You're going to want to tilt it on its side to fit it through the door frame. Go ahead and set it up in front of this pillar so it can be seen in front of the doors of the gymnasium. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do inside the concession stand is refer to these helpful guides. You're going to need an opening checklist, you're going to need the cooking instructions, and you're going to need a couple of menus. Okay, so these can tend to change over time, so just double check that things haven't changed since the last time you've done it. You're going to turn on the machines. One thing that's new for 2025 is that you're going to be requesting cash from ticket sales. You won't be getting that out of the safe. Go ask for $200, $80 in tens, $100 in fives, and $20 in ones. You're going to return that to them before the end of the event. You're going to wake up the square, you'll open the windows when you're ready, and then just follow the rest of the instructions for how you cook the food. Part of the reason why we have paper copies of the menu along with the pegboard is that you may not have things, so you can feel free to mark these up if you're not going to have anything of that variety there for your event. But please don't change the pegboard sign. People will understand if those things aren't available. It's often helpful to have two menus sitting here on the counter, one facing the customers and one for the people working the stand, so they can easily refer to the prices. If this is your first time doing concessions, you may have a hard time finding things at first. There are some labels, but you might just have to hunt around to find the things that you need. I'm not going to cover all the cooking instructions, but I'll mention a couple quirky things. One is that the popcorn machine needs to be plugged into the auditorium because we have so many heating elements on this one circuit, it will often blow a fuse. If it gets hot in here really fast, you're going to want to set this fan up and turn it on. Okay, a few things about the popcorn maker because this can trip people up. There are 3 switches at the top. One is for the light, and then 2 are for the basket. One is the spinner and one is the heat of the basket. So this will often be unplugged because when you go to clean this, you'll want to know this for later, you can actually take this entire thing out in order to clean it. You don't want to get it soaking wet, but you can take it out to clean it. Best way to do it is to tilt it on its side like this, get it into those 2 little grooves, and then it should tilt right in. And then the next time you go to use it, you're going to need to plug this into the... When you're not popping, you're going to want to have the 2 kettle switches off, but leave the heat lamp on. To open the window, you're just going to use this hand crank. You'll do the same when it's time to close. You should just have to wake up the square by pushing this little button on the left-hand side. It should come to a checkout screen like this. This is a pretty typical setup where you have the cash box on the kind of the back side of the counter, the square within reach of someone to tap their card, the chips here on the right, any suckers or cookies here, a menu on either side of those products. Candy here on the other side of the candy, you can see the condiments just beside the napkins. Okay, so you're done for the night, you've closed up the window, you've started to restock and clean, maybe you're done with all of that, and the last thing to do is fill out the form for the deposit. So you're going to want to grab one of these concessions finance forms. These are distinct and different from things you might be using as a deposit for your sport liaison. I've already filled one out here for an event, so this I've put in the event name, my name and phone number, the date. The sport that I represent is here, which is who will get credit for the roughly 1/3 of the proceeds. I'm going to gather the square sales first, so on the square I'm going to select more and then reports and then sales, and you'll see there were $306 worth of sales today, so I'll put that on the first line. Then I and someone else will double count the cash. If I've not already taken the $200 or whatever I got from the ticket sales back, I need to do that promptly. In this case, it had not been done yet, so we counted $334, but then we needed to take $200 off for what was already in the box that needed to be taken back to ticket sales. So we had $134 worth of cash, which I have here. So this $134 of cash is going to go into a little deposit envelope like this, which there should be plenty around the safe. And then once this form is completed and I've indicated total event sales, which is the cash in that envelope plus the square sales, I'm going to write that here. At this point, you should take a picture of this and send it to obabconcessions@gmail.com and copy your sport liaison just so everybody's in the know. And then you can just fold this up. There's a little bundle of rubber bands over by these forms, so just put a little rubber band around this. And you're going to drop this in the new depository safe in the stand. And then someone from the boosters will pick that up to process it roughly once a week. So we're definitely not covering every minute detail about concessions in this video. This is more of an overview. Check out the guides, follow those instructions. If you run into any problems or have any questions, reach out to one of us. We'd be glad to help you. Go Bears.